Today, a short story long, my encounter last night while camping with Krista Emery, encountering a 400-pound black bear at our doorstep. Michael McLean, nobullbook.com, and our badassletter.com, the toughest advice for the toughest business men. True story. Krista Emery and I have been camping for the last 3 days. Actually, Emery and Krista have been camping. I'm more of a Ritz-Carlton kind of guy. I never grew up. My parents never took us camping. We never had that opportunity. We were more of a hotel, Disneyland, that kind of indoor lifestyle. So I enjoy it, but I don't love it like Krista and Emery. So I've been working most mornings, writing and walking and preparing for my upcoming mastermind in the fall, writing my September newsletter. And I've been joining Krista and Emery out at the campsite every afternoon and then staying over. So 2 nights ago, we had 3 little raccoons visit the cabin. And they had found a little hole in the side of the building because the people who had rented the cabin before had been feeding them. So these raccoons were used to coming to visit after dark, about 9:30. The first night they came, completely harmless. They came in. Krista and I and Emery just chased them out with some noise and the broom, and that was all fine. What was different last night is Krista had woken up a couple times. She woke up at midnight and again at 1:30. And of course, I sleep right through, right? Badass sleeper. And so I get up at a little after 2 a.m. last night to use the bathroom. In other words, I'm going to go out in the woods and go to the washroom. And I do that every single night that I'm camping. And she said, Krista was kind of sleeping, and she said, be careful, those raccoons are outside the door. And I was like, oh, well, thank you for telling me. I'll take a broom with me. So I hear this banging out beside our cabin, and we have our Ford F-150 pickup truck parked there and my Escalade. And here's all this rattling and banging sound coming from where the Ford truck is parked. So, I make some noise and I bang the door and I yell a little bit. And it's 2:30 in the morning, and I'm expecting the raccoons to scurry away. So I don't know what made me stop, because I would have easily walked out that door like I did the night before and the night before that. And I would have went down the little ramp, and I would have went by the vehicles, and I would have walked down into the bush to urinate. That's what I do every night. So, and in pitch dark. For some reason, I asked Krista if there was a flashlight, because I just couldn't see. And she got up and she handed me a flashlight. She came beside me at the screen door so we can see the truck there maybe 20 feet away. And she hears all the clanging and stuff. And no matter what I say and do, these raccoons won't leave. So I'm just about to walk out the door, and Krista has the flashlight up like this outside the door. And she goes, "That's a bear." And I got to tell you, there's not another human being on this planet that I fear. There's not a lot of things that make my heart race. I've been in business for a long time, three decades, and I've been in pro and amateur sport, and I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I've dealt with a lot of characters in my lifetime. And we've lived out here at the lake for a number of years, so I'm used to deer and coyotes and squirrels and whatever. But that is the first time in my life, and I hope the last time, that I encounter a black bear. And I was literally 5 or 10 seconds away from just opening up the screen door and just saying the hell with it and walking down the ramp. I would have walked right by that vehicle, 20 feet away. on my way to the bush, and something made me say, you know, Krista, do you have a light? And when she held that flashlight up, that was exactly, I mean, I was just, wow. She goes, that's a bear. So the bear was standing up on the back of the truck. We kept our trash in there, which was just from the night before, which was a mistake on our part because we thought it was sealed. Now this truck is completely shut, and it's got a black heavy one of those tops on top of it, so it's completely sealed. But it's not completely sealed for a bear. So I don't know how he did it, but he literally got up on the back of the truck, and that's where Krista saw him, on the back of the truck, on the flatbed, and he found a way to lift the leather part that covers the truck. And he was able to lift that up a couple of times and move it back. And he was able to get into the bag of garbage from the night before. And that's how we found the truck. We found the truck in perfect condition, but he had opened the hatch at the back, and he had actually got in the back of the box of the truck and did his thing, threw the garbage out on the road, ate it, and left the rest for the raccoons. So, I mean, we got in the vehicle, and our neighbor who had heard things, camping neighbor, got in her car with her daughter and came around and flashed the high beams where our vehicles were parked right beside our cabin, so that would chase the bear away, because we were like trapped inside of the cabin. Because I'm like, you know, like we thought he had left, but we weren't certain he had left, and he had come back a second time. So there's no way I'm going out there with Emery and Krista unless I'm 200% sure this guy is gone. So she came around, she yelled to us, and she came around in her vehicle, and she had the high beams on and honked the horn, and we could see now where our vehicles were. And after a few minutes, we just grabbed all of our things from the camp that we needed, and we just hopped in our vehicle and we drove home. This campsite's like 15, 20 minutes away from where we live here. It's a provincial park, just a wonderful place. So, you know, Krista talked to the ranger this morning. She talked to some of the staff, and this is a black bear. He's 2 years old. He's about 400 pounds, and he's been in and out of the camp for a while. They're trying to trap him, so they were on the look for him again. They thought he was on the other side of the provincial park, but no, he wasn't. He was in the back of Yours Relentless's F-150 truck. So talk about intelligent, talk about good manners. He barely made a mess. When we got back there this morning after we returned to the campground, there wasn't a speck of garbage anywhere. He had left like an orange peel in the back. And here's the truck. It's just got the couple of flaps up that were covering the back. But we should have never, ever, ever left that stuff in there. Like, secure is not secure enough in nature, especially in a park like that. So that's a story that I've lived to tell. I don't even want to think about what would have happened if I had walked down there and startled. You know, like, bears want nothing to do with humans unless they're hungry, unless you get between them and their cubs, or you startle them. So I'm just like, wow, the good Lord was with me and my family last night. That's what I think. And my intuition, you know, I talk about your golden gut and intuition all the time. And honestly, I've never really thought about it in this vein where something stopped me from just walking out that door. I had to go to the washroom. I was like, I got to go to the bathroom. And normally I would have been just out. I would have never thought about it. And something stopped me. Something made me ask for the flashlight. And wow, for the first time in my life, there's a big, you know, medium-sized black bear on the back of our truck. So that's quite a badass millionaire story that I lived to tell. I don't think he would have had anything to do with me, but if I would have went down there and startled him, I wouldn't have wanted to find out the ending of that story. So it just shows you never know what's around the corner. You never know what's around the corner. I was thinking about it this morning, about my golden gut and my intuition, that not just for business and not just for life and not just for family, but if something feels wrong or something feels out of sort or something feels dangerous or you don't get a good feeling about somebody or some place or some environment, oh my God, 99.9% of the time run, or just, it's not for you. Your golden gut is rarely wrong. So that's my well-mannered bear story. And I hope that's the last time I have one of those stories to share. And I just want to say, there's an old saying about you are who you are when you flush a toilet and the water, and it plugs and the water is rising. That's an old saying. That's who you are. When you flush a toilet and you realize that it's plugged and all of a sudden the water is rising to the top to flood on the floor, that's who you are as a person. That's your character. That's your integrity, how you are under pressure. And that was a rising toilet water to the extreme last night. But I do have to say, and I've said this in print before, my wife Krista is a mentally tough badass. Like she's more like she can, like her father taught her, how to make a campfire, how to build this, how to fix that, how to fix a tire, all these incredible things. She's very self-reliant, a lot of blue collar blood. And I was really impressed, of course, with her last night. She was calm throughout the whole thing because we still had to get in the vehicle and leave. And, my wife, if you know her at all, she's just mentally tough, never emotionally drunk, always that calm that's contagious. And my daughter, who's more like me in terms of personality, she was a trooper yesterday. She was just like, can I see that bear? Can I get, what kind of, is that a male or a female? Asking questions about this bear that I almost walked into. So she was incredibly mentally tough as well. So I was impressed by both of them. And when the toilet water was rising, they both passed the test. So wow, that's a story. That's a story for. I laugh about it today. So speaking of other things on the docket, my 5-star mastermind, 12 months, joined at the hip with me, is immigration is going to be closing in another week. If you're interested, go to badasschampion.com and apply. It's 5 questions, and then you and I will schedule a phone call and we'll talk about whether you're the right fit for the mastermind or whether I'm the right coach. And either way, it's fine by me. I don't care either way, whatever's best for you. It's a 12-month mastermind, weekly online coaching once a week, plus 2 live events in Naples, one in November and one next April, where we're behind closed doors, the 15 men together. And it's about accountability. It's about friendship. It's about awaking the sleeping giant. It's about holding you accountable for 12 months. And at the end of the day, it's about 10xing everything in your life. You give me $50,000 and it's my job to show you the path and to coach you and hold you accountable for 10xing your income, 10xing your wealth, 10xing your marriage, your relationship with your kids, 10xing your health, your nutrition. How about 10xing your community service and 10xing you as a hero in your own home? So that's what it's all about. It's badasschampion.com. Go there and apply while there's still time. And that's it for today. I am not going to, this was not the video I was going to shoot today. But then again, last night, I did not know that I would be running into a well-mannered 400-pound black bear and to live to tell that story. Until tomorrow, 2 words that change my life, 2 words that can change your life. Be relentless.